Hi, in this video I'm just going to quickly show how to animate a camera along a path to simulate a person walking in an urban setting. So basically the end result will be something like this. So now we can start from scratch. First of all, I'll just bring in the model I've created earlier. Which basically is just like a urban setting model. And what we can do first is actually create a path inside this cityscape, and which will decide how the camera gonna move. So if we go to the top view, and we can just generate the path now. So if we come down to splines and create a line, so let's just quickly draw the path. So if we move it that way, come down here and going out to the outside the block. Okay, so what we can do next is actually create a camera. In this case, we need to do a free camera instead of target, because eventually the camera is going to move along this path, and the target is going to be moving along the camera as well. So we just do a free camera. And to simulate a person's view, we can give it a 35mm length. And so now we can switch back to perspective view. We can see the camera is actually pointing down. We don't want that. We can so quickly just rotate the camera 90 degrees. Okay. And so next step is actually attaching the camera to the path. We can have the camera selected, and we come to motion tab and just assign controller, which means what to control the movement of the camera. So we choose position and assign controller. So for this case, we have to choose path constraint, and okay. And then we come down here and where it says add path. I'll just choose this path we just drawn earlier. And straight away you can see the camera has been attached to the path, and if we move the slider, you can see the camera is actually moving along as well. And what we need to do next is actually, because if you see that the camera is always pointing that way, and so it's actually not rotating along the path, what we have to do is actually make tick the follow and follow the Y axis of the path. So as the path turns, the camera will turn as well. Okay, so if we do a quick preview, then you can see the camera is actually moving along the path. However, it's actually sort of underground. So what we can do is actually raise the camera a little bit to simulate a person's eye height. To do that, instead of rising the camera, what we can do is actually rise the path a little bit. So the camera will also be picked up. Because my computer is quite slow. All we can do is actually just select the path. Okay, and just move it up 0.7 meters. Okay, so now if we go back to the camera view, you can see that it's actually like a eye height level. Okay, but now the animation looks quite jittered and it's kind of dizzy. It's actually because the turning is actually all 90-degree angle. So what we can do is we go back to the top view, and we can fix a path, gives it a more sort of rounded corner. What we can do here is actually switch to wireframe view first, have this path selected, and switch on its vertex, and we can change them from corner to bezier to give them more sort of a smoother turning. And we just quickly change the position of each point and make each turn a bit smoother. Just make sure they don't go into the building as well. Okay, especially that one there. And that one there. Okay. This one. Okay. Alright, so we just quickly fix that. And now if we go back to camera view and switch to realistic, and if we play that, you can see the turn is much better than before. However, the overall speed is very fast, so we can sort of decrease the animation speed, and we need to go to the time configuration. One thing we can do is we can change the speed, but if it's set to the lowest, it's still too fast. What we can do is actually rescale time and increase the number of frames. So let's say to 300, and basically that will update and sort of decrease the speed to like 1/3 of its original speed. So now, as we can see, it's much smoother and better, easier to follow. Okay, so if you're concerned with these sort of pixelated shadows, what we can do next is actually add a skylight system. Okay, so if we come down to here and add daylight, yes. Okay, and we can say let's make the person go somewhere else instead of Melbourne. Actually, we have to change this to mental ray sun and mental ray sky. And we can set up the location. Let's just go somewhere, say Taipei. Okay, and then we can change the time to make maybe the person is having a morning walk on a hot summer day. Okay, so when that's set it, we just make sure that to illuminate with scene lights. Okay, then back to camera view and play that. I think it's because my display card, well, you see the difference now. Basically, yeah, that's how the whole process can be done. The animation run is still a bit rough, but we can do a lot more refinement as we go. Basically, this one just shows the idea of how to animate a camera along a path. Okay, thank you.